Okay, students, now is the second learning objective, which is allegation. So basically, allegation is the method to solve the problem in which you might have two liquids, two solid or semi-solid, or you might have more than two, which is three of the component of the different strength that you want to combine to create a final strength. So basically, the final strength, the one that you want to prepare is somewhere between the strength of the two components that you add. It must be weaker than the strongest and stronger than the weakest. So it means that if you have two compound, which is compound A with the strength of let's say we put as 10%, and then you have the compound B which have the strength of 20%. So basically when you add these two compound, you might have the final strength that in between the 10 or 20. So it must be stronger than the weakest, and stronger than the weakest means it must be more than 10, and weaker than the stronger means it must be less than 20. Okay, so the third one, remember that diluent or vehicles are substance with no active ingredients, and therefore the strength are 0%. So means if you want to add another of the vehicles or diluent, which is the water, with no active ingredient, let's say the compound C, it must have 0. Okay, the strength is 0. So that's mean by the third statement. However, the active ingredient alone are 100%. So it means by active ingredient alone are 100% if the active ingredient are not being added by any of other compound or other mixture. So the active ingredient alone are 100% of that mixture or compound. So basically, under the allegation, we can solve this problem or identify the component of the uh, compound need to be added and the final strength by using two type of the alligation. So there's two type, which is alligation medial and the alligation alternate. We will figure out the difference between these two alligation medial and two alligation alternate, and then we will see some of the example as well. So the first method in the allegation, which is allegation medial, it's a method or the solution in which you can weigh average percentage strength of a mixture of two or more of the substance of the known quantity and concentration. And then you will calculate the amount of the active ingredients in each of the substance. Then you calculate the whole of the compound of the active ingredients. So let's take a look at the example to have a further clear understanding on the methods of the allegation medial. So basically, students, this is example of the question that you can solve via using the allegation medial method. So in this question, they want to ask to you the percentage strength of the alcohol in a mixture of A, mixture 3000 ml with 40% of the alcohol. Second compound B, it have 1000 ml of 60% alcohol, and the third compound C, 1000 ml with 70% of the alcohol. And it's also adding here, assume no contractions of volume after mixing. So after they mix, they know volume being evaporated or no lesser of the volume in terms of the volume. So to solve this problem, the first step is, this is the first step. Okay, so the first step, you identify the volume of the alcohol in each of the compounds. So compound A, it has 0.4% of 3000 ml equal to 1200 ml for the compound A. And then moving on the compound C, it have 600 ml. Okay, 600 ml is the 60% from the 1000 ml. And the third one is the 700 ml, which is 70% from the 1000 ml. So the total amount of the alcohol is 2500. Okay, so 2500 is the total amount of the alcohol in a mixture of 5000 ml of the volume. So to have the percentage strength of the alcohol in the mixture, you got the percentage of the alcohol 2500 divide with the amount of the total amount of the mixture equal to 0.5%. 0.5, sorry. So to get the percentage, you times with 100 equal to 50%. So basically, there's 50% of the alcohol in the 5,000 ml of the mixture. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, now we have complete the first method, which is alligation medial. Second is the alligation alternate. Alligation alternate is a method in which you calculate the number of parts of two or more components of a given strength when they are to be mixed to a desired strength. For example, you have compound A, okay, with the strength 10%, let's say, and then you have compound B with the 15%. Okay. However, the difference between the alligation alternate is that you already known or you already have the idea, the desired strength that you want to make. For example, you want to make the strength of let's say 12%. Okay, so 12%. So you want to know, if you want to make a 12% of a mixture, how much you need to add from 10% and how much you need to add from 15%. So it's same as the alligation alternate method, in which the strength of the mixture must lie somewhere between the strength of its component. That is, it must be stronger than the weakest and weaker than the stronger. So let's take a look at the example on how you want to position the a value. Okay, so in the alligation medial, the steps, it's more vertically, while in the alligation alternate, you need to position the value in this metric form. First, the highest concentrations of the mixture. Second is the lowest concentration. Here is the desired concentration that you are intend to prepare. Okay, so to put the value here, you need to subtract the lowest concentration with the desired concentration here. You put the answer here, and then you subtract between the highest concentration and desired concentration here. Okay, so basically, for example, if you have the highest concentration here is the 20, and you have the lowest concentration here is 5% of the compound B, and you want to prepare the concentration of 10% of the mixture. So 20 minus 10 equal to 10. 5 minus 10 equal to 5. So there's no negative value here, lah, even though 5 minus 10 equal to negative 5, but we disregard the negative parts. So basically, the answer here means 5 parts from the 20%, and the answer here 10 parts from the 5%. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the another example. Okay, so here it stated the question, in what proportion, okay, what proportion or what parts should a 95% preparation, okay, compound A, and a 50% preparation compound B to mix to make a 70% of the preparations. So this question state that they have one preparation and second preparation. The first preparation 95% and the second preparation, which is the 50%. How much they need to add from the 95% and how much they need to add from the 50% to make a compound with 70%. So you put 70%, the desired concentration, highest concentration 95%, and the lowest concentration 50%. So you subtract 95 with 70 equal to 25, and then you subtract 50 with 70 equal to 20. So how you want to read this? So it's mean 20 parts from the 95% of the alcohol and 25 parts from the 50% of the alcohol. So basically this is the proportion, the 25% of 50% of alcohol or 20% of 95% of alcohol. However, if you want to simplify the proportions 20 and 25, you can simplify into ratio of 4 to 5. However, if you put the answer 20, 25, it's accepted. And if you put 4 with the ratio of 5 is accepted as well. Okay, so let's take some of the example about the allegation alternate again.